Well. Good evening, West Ham fans. Let's have some transfer rumours while you're having your dinner, shall we? Yes, everybody, Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. Happy Thursday evening. Hope your evening's going well. Does an evening go well? I think it does. If you're new around here, you know what to do. We've done a lot today. In the morning, Anton did a show about why who should we get anyone in the transfer window. At lunchtime, I went through some minutes, like in terms of some data, in terms of how many minutes the players have played. Does Moyes really run his players into the ground, particularly compared to other Premier League sides and stuff? And then Hammer's headlines today, we did the old Rusty rumour roundup, and it's more rumours. The last few hours, there's been a plethora of new rumours have come in. And so I thought we'd just do a quick show, an evening transfer show, just to give you the latest information to save you having to sift through all those bloody news sites more than anything. So let's start off with a potential in, not Danny Ings, but a striker all the same. We've been linked in the Times for a £30 million move for final striking sensation, Santiago Gimenez. This is a guy we've been linked with for a long time. We've done a lot of scouting on him as well. Last summer, we were scouting him. And we were scouting him alongside his final teammate, the Turkish player. Is it Oku, something like that? Little guy. When we were looking for a potential replacement for Declan Rice, and Gimenez was one of the guys we were looking at. The Times have said that he is valued at £30 million. I don't think you're going to get him anywhere close to that figure. I think you're looking at 40-50. In all honesty, he's an absolute scoring sensation at the moment. But we do have his Mexican teammate in the old back pocket in Edson Alvarez, who he used to play with. We didn't used to play with the Eredivisie, play against. Ajax versus final. We're also linked with, obviously, the final manager, Arne Slot. We were looking at him last year as a potential name. He was a name that was being mentioned. And then obviously Spurs were looking at him, and he turned down Spurs, didn't he? And they got Ange Postecoglou instead. There is a narrative that, maybe Arnie could be on the list, and maybe Arnie is someone who could come in the summer if Moyes isn't offered the new deal or doesn't sign the new deal. He'll be offered a new deal, but if he signs it is another thing, I think. And maybe he takes Santiago with him. And maybe because of everything that's happened with all our forward lines just disintegrated, it's just moved straight into the emergency room at the moment, it seems, that they've decided to maybe trigger that move for Santiago 6 months earlier than maybe it would do. Possibly. I can see that. I can understand the train of thought, and I can see how people put two and two together there. But as I said, the Times, Paul Joyce from the Times has said that West Ham are heavily linked with a move for Santiago. Now, so it goes against what I was saying. I assumed we would spend our money, the money available, on defence really more than anything. And if we did bring in an attackers, there'd be maybe more loan signings like the likes of Hugo Ekitike and stuff like that, which we still could, or people who are relatively cheap, like Cor Adams from Montpellier. So when everyone is back, the fact is we are only playing one Premier League game in the next 3 weeks, which is next Saturday, or next Sunday rather. And we don't play again until the 1st of February. So with Bowen out for 2 to 3 weeks, he should be back for the Bournemouth game, maybe Paqueta, maybe Antonio as well. And then Kudus comes back 2-3 weeks later after that. So, spending a lot of money on a striker may well change the way we play and particularly with Santiago, he's such a target man and he's got a bit of everything. But then I thought Skamaka had everything as well, in all honesty. I mean, he's actually on fire for final this year. And whether they'd want to sell someone midway through the season, he's on a real hot streak. I mean, but so he was last year as well. He's got 20 goals and 21 appearances so far this season and has been on the radar for multiple sides across Europe. Spurs were heavily linked with him and in the summer, but then they obviously changed tact and they've brought in Timo Werner on a loan signing, which I think is a great deal, to be honest. And, we've always wanted that proverbial 15, 20 goals a striker. I mean, Bowie's got 14 already, and he's only halfway through the season, isn't it, or something like that? I think it'll be interesting. I'm not surprised that we're linked with him. We've got quite a good hit rate of bringing in players from the Eredivisie in terms of the likes of, his Mexican teammate from Ajax, Edson Alvarez, Kudus, and how quickly they've sort of adjusted into the league, and maybe the transition from the Dutch league to the Premier League is a simple one. Maybe, I don't know. Whether we splash out £30 million, it's going to cost. I think you're going to look at least 40 million. I'll be honest, because there will be a bidding war for this man if one side puts in, because he is that good. But look at Kudus. We got Kudus for absolute. We pulled our ex's pants down on Kudus. Maybe lightning could strike twice or thrice, because I think Edson Alvarez was a really good deal as well. We shall wait and see. But until that picture's on the plane of Tim and Santiago, we can't say anything with any certainty. Let's talk about some more good news, or some good news, not more good news, some good news in terms of Patrick Kelly. A 19-year-old midfield maestro from the academy has signed a 2.5-year new deal with the club today. We mentioned a few days ago how Nobes is adamant, and his sort of main focus the next sort of few weeks at least is to tie these academy players down to long-term deals, so we don't get a situation like a Sonny Perkins, like an Ashby, where they decide to go on to, or to try and see if the grass is green on the other side. It hasn't worked out for them at the moment. Maybe Ashby in the next year or so, maybe when Trippier sort of maybe relinquishes his right back role at to Newcastle, who knows? But obviously part of the FA Cup winning side, FA Cup Youth winning side from last year. We signed him from Coleraine in 2022. He's a lovely lad as well. Really nice guy, really lovely guy to talk to. We conversed quite a bit. I was really happy he signed a new deal, and he's really buzzing about it. And obviously, his next job is to try and get into that first team environment. In all honesty, I think he needs to put a little bit of weight on. I need to lose it, and he needs to put it on a little bit, just to bulk up, particularly in the role he plays in midfield. You've got to have a bit more about you sort of physically, I think, particularly in the Premier League, if that's where eventually you want to go. I think obviously after Patrick, obviously he's good. He's Northern Ireland compatriot Callum Marshall is next on the agenda to get signed to a new longer term deal, and also obviously Mbama as well. Patrick will probably be at Rush Green tomorrow to cheer on the under-18s. They're through to the fourth round of the FA Youth Cup tomorrow. Rush Green, 7 o'clock, Man City. Get yourself down there. It's a great night. Rush Green's lovely, so we can be really cold as well. So wrap up warm, get a bovril from the little caravan thing on the side, and it'll be really good. The tunes will be good, because I'll be spinning them and mispronouncing all the Man City players because I don't know who they are. So there we go. And obviously Man City, they won the Premier League North last year. We won the Premier League South. They beat us in the national final 2-1 and then progressed into in essence, the European Youth League. So there's a little bit of revenge needed there for us. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, 2.5-year deal for Patrick Kelly. Love you, man. Good luck to you. And let's talk a bit about the academy, because there's obviously we talk about the FA Youth Cup tomorrow. Early on this week, we played obviously Wickham in the EFL quarter-finals, the EFL Trophy, which we lost 2-1. Again, anyone who went there, technically the boys are brilliant, but it's just that physical side. I think they just need to, just not step up, but it's that physicality needed to really be a prolonged success in the men's game. One of the players who's a standout performer this year and has been for the last couple of years is the captain of the under-21s, Gideon KODUA. Anton loves him. He's a great guy. He captained us to FA Youth Cup success last season and has played, I believe, in every under-21 game this season. I think he has. Every under-21 appearance this season, I believe he's been in. And let me just check that, because I'm pretty sure I was right. But he could be going out on loan to Wickham. Obviously, currently at Wickham is Freddie Potts, who's doing a great job there. He's been injured, but he's come back and, he's integrated himself well into the side. And it seems that he's now in discussions, West Ham and Wickham, about the signing of Gideon on loan, which is exactly the right thing to do in terms of his progress. Obviously, he signed his first pro deal 2022, I want to say December, around that time. And he's going to now set to make his first loan move away to gain first team experience, which is exactly how we need to use the loan system. Like the old reserve combinations league. Get these guys out, get them playing regular football. We've got the loan committee set up with Nobes and with, I think, Potsy, I think Kevin Keane, I think Mark Phillips is in there as well. And, Gideon's had lots of options. There's been lots of interest in him to come and go on loan. And they evaluate all of them for the right player and the right club. And Wickham is the right club, it seems. And so Freddie could have one of his fellow West Hammers, one of his fellow Hammers turning up and working with him on a deal. And there'll be a deal to the end of the season, same as Freddie. It's exactly what I need. Gideon won the Dylan Tobides Trophy last year. And as I said, captained the side. He's come through all the youth ranks and he captained the side to FA Cup glory. So we'll see what happens. But he's having a good season. He's had 6 goals and 2 assists in 15 appearances this season in the PL2 and EFL combined. And, the Hammers doing well. PL2 under 21s, we're second. We've won the last 4. Palace, Forest, Liverpool, Middlesbrough, I think, randomly. He is an attacking midfielder by trade, but he can play centre forward, can play left wing as well, but his predominant position is an advanced midfielder. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, exciting to see. And it's exactly how it should be. Exactly how it should be used in terms of utilising the loan market to give these guys proper minutes. Not 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, no minutes here, 1 minute there, proper minutes. And lastly, it looks like we are losing an academy player, and it's one that we probably thought we might be losing. Conor Coventry. Conor Coventry was heavily linked with a move to Sheffield Wednesday to the Owls, but it appears that he's off to Charlton. He is currently having a medical ahead of a move to Charlton Athletic. TalkSport reported that he's set to complete a medical and brings an end to his time at London Stadium. His contract was due to expire at the end of the season. Anyway, he hasn't featured in the Hammers this season in any competitions. He's struggled for consistent game time, in all honesty, since returning from Rotherham. Yeah, it was Rotherham last year. We need to free up the wage bill as well. He is a homegrown and academy player. So we'll have to look at what we do to make sure our quotas are all right. He's always been highly thought of by the West Ham squad, and just hasn't worked out. He's been on loan. Peterborough, NK Dons, several sides has been out on loan, but it seems that the time is right to move on. And obviously we wish him well. Obviously the likes of, it's not the end. The likes of Josh Cullen, for example, left West Ham and now he's back in the Premier League with Burnley. So anything can happen. And he's still only 23. So we've still got, the best part of 10 years probably playing. So good luck to him. Yeah, we'll see what happens, mate. And obviously, a lot of players do that, have to move away, maybe move down a division or two to get regular game time. We spoke about the FA Youth Cup. We go back and look at maybe the 1999 side. That I think everyone in that side ended up playing professional football at some point, but some played to Premier League and international standard, like Joe Cole, like Michael Carrick, and then some had to drop down divisions with the likes of like Izzy Ickpen, Adam Newton and people like that to then have a very long career and play hundreds of games for Swansea City, Portsmouth, people like that in terms of how it's actually, in terms of their careers. But yeah, it's never nice to see, but it wasn't going to upset the apple cart in terms of, taking Alvarez's place, JWP's place, taking Souček's place, and even when there was an opportunity to maybe get some minutes, the likes of Pablo Fornals would drop into that position and stuff like that. So it was probably about 5th choice, really, in all honesty. But good luck when hopefully everything works out well for you, and the move to Charlton works, and not too far away. It's not like you got to move up north, innit? in it. And that's it, my friends. Keep an eye on the channel. Tomorrow we'll have some more news, no doubt. I think we're at 41 players who've been linked with now, which is not bad for 11th of January. Take care. Stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. Keep the faith, my friends. And come on, you bloody, bloody irons. Pardon me, burp. Love you.